Anumay sat up in bed, his heart racing. Tonight was the night. He was going to tell Riya, his best friend, that he loved her. He picked out his best attire, a crisp white shirt, his favorite blue blazer, and a pair of polished shoes. He ran his fingers through his hair, giving it a quick fix, and looked at his reflection. "You've got this," he whispered to himself. The streets were lively, but his focus remained unshaken as he reached Riya's house. Standing in front of her door, he took a deep breath and raised his hand to press the calling bell. Before he could, the door opened, and there she was, Riya, wearing a warm smile and holding a steaming cup of coffee. She looked stunning, her casual elegance taking his breath away. "Anumay, Happy New Year. What are you doing here?" she asked, surprised. I need to tell you something," he stammered. His palms were sweaty, but he steadied his voice. "Riya, I've been wanting to say this for a long time. I love you. I've loved you since the moment we met." Riya's smile faded, replaced by a look of gentle sympathy. "Anumay, you're my best friend, and I care about you deeply, but I don't feel the same way." Her words hit him like a cold wave. He nodded, trying to muster a weak smile. "I understand," he said softly. The next moment, everything blurred. A sharp ringing filled his ears, and darkness enveloped him. Anumay jolted awake, drenched in sweat. The clock beside his bed read 11:59 p.m. Confused, he looked around. It was as if nothing had happened. Was it all a dream? Determined, he dressed in the same attire and headed to Riya's house. Once again, just as he reached for the bell, she opened the door. "Anumay, Happy New Year! What are you doing here?" Deja vu gripped him, but he pushed through. He confessed his love again, only to face her rejection once more. The same blur, the same ringing, and the same darkness pulled him back. When Anumay woke up this time, panic set in. He was trapped in a loop, living the same heartbreak over and over. Each attempt to win her over ended with her gentle rejection, and each rejection returned him to his bed. After countless cycles, Anumay began to notice things he hadn't before. The way her eyes lit up when she spoke about her dreams, the slight hesitation in her voice before she rejected him, and the faint shadow of guilt that crossed her face. On the 100th, or perhaps 1000th loop, he stood before her again, but this time he didn't rush his words. "Riya," he began, his voice calm, "I've been stuck in this moment for what feels like an eternity. I keep confessing my love, hoping you'll feel the same. But maybe I haven't truly understood your heart." Riya's expression softened. "Anumay, you're important to me, but I can't force feelings that aren't there. I wish I could, but it wouldn't be right for either of us." This time, instead of sadness, Anumay felt clarity. "Thank you for being honest," he said with a small smile. "I don't know how to break this loop, but maybe accepting this truth is a start." The world didn't blur. There was no ringing, no darkness. Instead, the night continued. Fireworks crackled in the distance, and Riya's smile, genuine and warm, stayed with him. For the first time in what felt like forever, Anumay turned around, ready to face whatever the new year had in store for him.